Hello again, Colin from Comsteria here. I got an email from my children's school yesterday informing me that the catering team have told the head teacher that their supplier is no longer able to provide Easter eggs, and that as a consequence, uh, kids that take a school lunch on the Friday before Easter, instead of getting an Easter egg, they'll get a bag of sweets. Well, the first, I didn't even know that kids got an Easter egg at school. My goodness, that's not like my day. It's all changed. Um, Tiny, trivial little thing, but it's a powerful example because I get that information with no explanation. It's just that I've been told that this is what's happening, and so immediately, and I love these parent WhatsApp groups and Facebook groups. What happens? They flock to social media, and what they do, they start speculating why. Some of them, why the kids not getting Easter eggs and all that stuff. What that does, of course, is it gives. It's a breeding ground for trouble, isn't it? It's a breeding ground for misinformation. Everyone with an agenda on their own. Oh yeah, I bet it's political correctness. You can't even mention Easter. Or oh yeah, it'll be about obesity. There's too much chocolate, too much sugar in the chocolate. They'll give them something else. And the organisation might not even see this, right? Because it's going on in private WhatsApp groups and it's building up negativity. If they'd been able to say why, we've been informed their supplier is no longer able to provide Easter eggs because they're too expensive. There's a shortage. They've been told by whoever that tackle obesity, reduce calories, etc. Well, I'm perfectly fine with my kids not getting Easter eggs. I didn't even know that they were. A bit of me finds it ridiculous, to be quite honest. What a nonsense. But the important thing is you haven't told me why. And apply this to your own organisation and think about, changes, things that you put in place where you're just putting something out and you're basically saying to the audience, this is how it is, tough. Take it or leave it. There it is, no explanation. And I think the problem is that many of our organisations now have built an expectation. You've told the parents or the customers or the staff or whoever, you've told these people that they're part of a community. You've said, come and like us on Facebook. Come and follow us on Twitter. You're involved. You're part of it. We want to listen to you. And then you turn around, even with something really trivial like this, and you're basically saying, here it is, take it or leave it, and we don't owe you an explanation. And that's where the trouble starts. So I always say to clients when we're doing media relations training or working with comms teams, and I think, by the way, it's especially important with your own staff. When you're doing something like this, any kind of change, try wherever possible to say why. Always say why, because you cut that rumour mongering off. It's got nowhere for it to go. All that negativity just stops. Even if people don't like the explanation, at least you've given them an explanation. And I also would say always ask why, right? So if the catering team tell you that their supplier can no longer do X, Y, Z, ask why. It's a great question to ask, and it will get right to the heart of what's going on in the organisation. What kind of organisation are you running? What kind of environment are you working in? And that's all really useful stuff to know. So explain why and ask why, even on the little trivial things, because it makes the big complicated things way easier to deal with.